Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and in this video, we are going to be talking about the best classes for the leveling experience, in my opinion, so far, based off of what we know about the game. So in terms of when the game launches, that first, 15 to 30 hours that you're playing the game for the 1 to 60 leveling process to hit max level and start the endgame Paragon grind. How are these champions going to stack up against each other for that leveling process? I thought it'd be a fun discussion to dive into having. I'm going to rank them all from worst to first and talk about how maybe beginner friendly they are, AoE friendly, group friendly, and we'll just have a casual discussion about the 1 to 60 leveling process and how the different classes compare to each other. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so right out the gate, let's start with the worst, and we'll work our way up towards the best in my current opinion. Also, worth noting that this should not be like some be-all, end-all if you select a class. I want to make sure I mention this because, like I said, this is only going to be about the first 20 to 40 hours of your playtime. So if Diablo Immortal is a game that you're going to be playing for a very long time, a few weeks, a few months, or even ideally if it's a great game, a few years, then the leveling process of 1 to 60 should not be your primary concern when selecting a class. But I thought this would be a fun discussion revolving around launch coming up here pretty soon. But who do you think I am going to place as the least best for the leveling process? Any guesses? I'm going to go with Wizard out the gate here at number 6 for the leveling process. And let's go ahead and pull up the skills while we are talking about this. So the Wizard is going to be a class that needs to land some skill shots, needs to stand still and channel some damage. It has combos with other classes and things that you're gonna want, like a build and a strategy, and learn how to be comfortable playing the game to really utilize the high skill cap of being an effective spellcaster playing the Wizard class. So even though they can crank out damage, they've got Black Hole, which is an amazing ability to group things up, burst it down. They've got decent buffs. They can do decent damage against bosses with their channeling skills. I am going to put them at number 6 for just the 1 to 60 initial leveling process. Next up at number 5, I am going to place the Monk. Now, similar to the Wizard, you're starting to see a common theme here. The Monk is going to be revolving around setting different things up and getting things grouped up to then launch an exploding palm or a 7-sided strike. So a little bit more combo oriented, but a little bit better than the Wizard because of the amazing mobility and some of the toughness. Like you've got the Inner Sanctuary here for when you're going up against a tough boss or you're starting to take too much damage. You're up in the fray, you're playing melee, you don't have to kind of stand still and channel abilities. So I do think the Monk will be maybe a little bit easier for the 1 to 60 leveling process compared to the Wizard. And this is where it starts to get tough for me. I think there's probably be a decent amount of universal agreement on number 5 and number 6 when it comes to the leveling process on launch. But at number 4, I'm going to put the Barbarian, even though I think the Barbarian is going to be a very solid class, and you're going to see Barbarians all over the game while you are playing. As far as the leveling process, you're going to be up in the fray playing melee, so it may be a little bit harder for you to survive, maybe compared to like a range class. You do get this amazing ability here. I've mentioned this in videos, but the Undying Rage ability for the Barbarian is absolutely ridiculous. You can see it right over there on the middle on the right side. But like where you enter a rage when you take fatal damage and then turn into a life-stealing machine that can heal yourself up by doing damage, that is going to be a ridiculously strong ability to have during the leveling process. You'll unlock it at level 44, unfortunately, so you're not going to get this at like level 12 or anything. So you are going to get it later, but when you get this at level 44, you're definitely going to want to put it on to make your journey to level 60 a little bit easier. Sprint is super solid. They can get around with leap. They can charge in, demoralize things. Hammer of the Ancients, I'm down. So Barbarian, not going to be bad by any means, but I am going to put it at number 4 for reasons that you're about to hear about the other classes. At number 3, I am going to go with the Crusader. Now, the Crusader is a ridiculously strong class. A lot of the discussion around this game is talking about how every party wants a Crusader. There's rumblings I've talked about in other videos where we're hearing like back alley rumors about maybe some changes or some nerfs coming to the Crusader because they arguably have the two best abilities in the game with Draw and Quarter. Right here, the Celestial Warhorse that the Crusader mounts and rides around the map, which is just ridiculous. There's so much utility in that ability. And then also the Holy Banner buff that's going to make everybody in the party guaranteed crit and just absolutely burst everything down. So the Crusader is going to be super strong if they are not nerfed, and you're gonna want a good Crusader player really in any group, probably in most situations of the game. But in terms of the leveling process, 1 to 60, they will be fine. They're gonna struggle a little bit for some of the single target damage, but in terms of getting around, scouting the map, seeing what's going on, grouping things up, bannering for a buff, the Crusader is going to be very good, and they're definitely going to be formable in the 1 to 60 leveling process. Then at number 2, I'm going to go with the Demon Hunter, which is probably the class that I'm going to be playing. It was my main in Diablo 3, and it's what my kind of synergized with the group that I'm going to be playing with on launch. So I will probably be maining Demon Hunter first. And I think they're going to be very solid during the leveling process because you unlock multi-shot at level 1. Right over there in the middle, you can see it. It's going to be an amazing leveling ability, one of the best in the game. You walk in, you have 3 charges, you go pop, pop, multi-shot, everything's dead. You keep it moving. You can also... in terms of flow while you're leveling, you can use your primary attack while you are moving, so gonna be ridiculous. And then in terms of killing bosses, they've got Rain of Vengeance. You just drop it on top of the boss's head and pummel it down. So lots of cool things going on with the Demon Hunter. The one thing they are going to be pretty bad at is PvP, but that's not amazing in terms of just farming PvE content during a leveling up process. And we'll have to dive in and really learn how PvP works, but it's starting to look like Demon Hunter might struggle a little bit in PvP, and they struggle a little bit in mobility, but they get to fire while they move with their primary attack, which is going to help a lot with that. And they also have the Vengeance buff right over there that is going to give them increased movement speed and kind of buff what they are doing and helping them a little bit during all of the leveling process. So I do think in terms of AoE damage, boss damage, mobility while firing, and all of that, the Demon Hunter is going to be able to smash through content and be amazing for the 1 to 60 leveling up. And then rank 1, the best class for the leveling up of 1 to 60, I am going to place the Necromancer. Now the Necromancer is just going to be awesome because they've got one of the best ultimates for a primary attack in the Hungering Soulfire, where we're going to enhance Soulfire for 12 seconds, fire multiple greater bone spirits that seek out enemies and just absolutely smash all over the battlefield. They have a really cool mechanic. Typically during leveling up, you're killing a lot of trash mobs, you're moving quickly through things, and the Necromancer can utilize corpses, do a lot of cool things like turn them into poisonous blobs that hurt everything around them and kind of keep spreading, or they can do Corpse Explosion, which anybody who has played a lot of Diablo knows how amazing Corpse Explosion is and how cool it is. They got Corpse Lances they can shoot at people. They've got the minions for guaranteed value. The Skeletal Mage, you can plant it down and it will kill everything as you continue moving forward to help you farm XP even faster. The minions can kind of tank for you. It's more things on the battlefield. Dark Curse is incredible. They've got a movement ability. They've got the bone armor buffs, bone walls to shield different areas of the battlefield out. So Necromancer, I had to put them at number 1, even though I think Demon Hunter is going to crank out more damage and is an amazing choice for leveling. Honestly, a lot of the classes should perform pretty decent for leveling. I don't think there's any trash pick, but in my opinion, the Necromancer is going to completely shine when playing well on launch day for the first kind of 20 to 40 hours you are playing the game and going through the leveling process. So that is my opinion for ranking the classes based on what I know now as we head into launch. And if things change or if I learn new information, I'll always keep videos like this current, and we'll crank out another discussion video about this topic. But right now, just to recap, I'm going to put the Wizard at number 6. Then I'm going to put the Monk at number 5. And then at number 4, we went with the Barbarian. Number 3, the Crusader. And then the top 2, in my opinion, are going to be the Demon Hunter and then the Necromancer coming in at number 1. So let me know down below what you think about where you agree and where you disagree. I always enjoy your input as well, and all the links you need are down below to subscribe to the channel and to also join the Discord or be part of the team and everything we are doing to crush this game on release. So that will do it for me. As always, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.